right, guys. How's everybody doing? This is Durf from Brutalitopia, and I'm here with four fifths, 80% of Cold Blue Mountain here in Chicago. So, first off, thanks so much for sitting down with us. And I'm just going to pass this around real quick, let everybody introduce themselves and say what they do within the band for those who aren't familiar.
I'm Brandon, and I sing and drive.
My name is Caesar. I play guitar, and I hang out while everyone does all the work.
My name is Daniel, and I play drums and try to say funny shit. Hopefully.
My name's Will, and I play guitar, and I navigate for the driver.
No, he doesn't. He's the worst navigator.
Oh, yeah, not a good co-pilot. All right.
If I wasn't navigating, then I am at saying funny shit.
Well, excellent. So, like I said, we're here in Chicago in the gorgeous basement water heater of Live Wire.
That's our bass player.
And
that's actually much better bass player than what we have right now. That's sick. Sorry, Adrian.
So, I guess starting off, guys, how's this is your first headlining tour, yeah?
Yeah.
Like, how's it going so far?
It's cold.
It's cold.
Yeah, it's very cold.
Yeah.
We come from a land of not cold, and it's like been a kind of shock to be like, oh, so this is how it really feels when it's winter time and people say, oh, it's winter, you go, well, whatever, and then it's like now I understand like what winter means. But it's a whole new kind of pain. Yeah,
It's really intense.
I guess you guys aren't used to a lot of snow in Chico, California.
No, it's like 75 there. Like right now, people in shirts and shorts and flip-flops.
We live in an area where we can drive to the snow, like, and be in snow in like 30 minutes. But in our town, it's not. I mean, when it gets below 32, it's cold for us.
Yes.
You guys
we can
are
be snow tourists.
You guys are
Zero, not,
you guys
not
are
below.
excited when it gets up to 32.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
It's pretty good. Quick time out here, Nick. What do you think is going to be best? If we put this right here, do you think it's going to pick everything up? Do we need to be... You probably need to keep passing it around.
I like that you have it and you're giving to.
I like
feel
that.
it makes me feel
it's very
important when I
prompting.
actually
Yeah,
get right
that's
in my
right.
brain. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like,
Oh no!
What am I gonna do with that?
So,
I've seen what you can do.
other...
Hey,
I'm trying to start a new
Hey,
Yeah,
it's,
trying to start.
it's Dan's job to say funny shit.
Come on, guys, quit fucking impinging upon my turf.
So other than the otherworldly cold that you guys normally just drive to be snow tourists, how tour's going well? You guys are enjoying it, good turnouts, and
So far, man. It's last night's show was awesome.
Yeah,
last
like we had a great
played
show in
Protestant.
Milwaukee. Yeah,
Good.
yeah.
Where'd you guys play in Milwaukee?
At a place called Quarters.
Rock
it's like
and
a
Roll Palace.
Quarters Rock and Roll Palace. So with a name like that, you
It
would
wasn't
expect
a
it.
castle though.
Yeah.
No. But it definitely was a palace.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was nice.
I don't know if it was a palace, but there was definitely rock and roll.
Yeah, it was definitely rock.
But yeah, we played with Corey, the dude who put out our last record on Halo Flies. He plays in a band called Protestant, and they played, and they were fucking rad.
Yeah,
excellent.
Like, they ripped.
Yeah.
Super hard, and we're my
that's
favorite
no
band on
shame.
tour so
Yeah.
far. So they put us in our place.
Yeah.
Yes, they really did. So
That was their bass player Jesse's last show.
Yeah.
So it rocked.
Yeah, they ripped it hard. It was great.
but all the other shows, Sans one, which was kind of a fluke,
Yeah.
have been pretty excellent. Everyone's been pretty nice. We've eaten many truck stop and been really, really cold. So
The Des Moines, Iowa Super Bowl show.
Yeah, that was our one low light so far. Sunday night, Blizzard, Super Bowl, Iowa. It kind of makes for suboptimal show conditions.
You can't throw Iowa into there.
Oh, okay, no. We
I'm
just meant
saying-
Des Moines.
Yeah.
I mean, Iowa in general treated us pretty well.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
With no
Yeah,
disrespect to Iowa, I want to get my ass kicked by Slipknot or anything. Any more than I already have.
I think you're probably pretty safe. They seem more interested in new masks or whatever they're doing nowadays. and,
Sure.
They got other stuff to do.
Yeah.
Right.
We should play Not Fest, dude, and you guys can get some beef going.
We should not play.
There we
I'm
go.
actually in Slipknot. You didn't know because of the masks?
Yeah.
And I'm really offended
Cloud number
right
2.
now.
You're being a clown right now.
I'm Clown 3.
All right.
So you guys just put out last year. It came out in October. Old Blood, and that was your second album.
Second album.
And it was your first with the band, yeah? Second with the band, just first doing vocals.
No, I did vocals. The way it was is like the other songs were written originally and they were instrumental.
Okay.
And then I just added songs. I added lyrical content to them based on their song titles.
Yeah, we sort of switched the songs around a little bit too to sort of like broaden them a bit.
Okay.
You know? Yeah.
And
Fit
then
to his vocal stylings, which was a little awkward. Probably, because he was sucked.
like this.
Yeah, it was. This is not that as awkward as you singing on that album. Yeah, but I think it was more awkward for him to like try to shove a bunch of words into stuff that already. But it ended up working out pretty well, and it was actually really well received all over the board on many blog.
Yeah, on several blogs. But I certainly felt like that to like write a record as a band and write it like it turned out so much more of what it should be. You know what the band kind of seems like it's heading towards. That certainly came through on this record way more. Like it felt less like a hodgepodge of this and that, and more like here's like one unified kind of like work, and it. I don't know. Like I think it's pretty good.
For sure. No, it's a great record. I mean, I think it was my not that I am the end all be all of actually I am of music criticism. It's true.
Obviously.
From what I've read on the internet, you are.
And from where you interviewed,
Right.
We know that.
From where we sit, we only the best for Brutalitopia. But no, Old Blood was my third favorite album last year. It was
Who's the other two, man?
What's going on?
Hey!
You can't get number one or
here.
two. Or
no, you know it's
Actually, number 3 is pretty good. That's in the top 5, getting some mediocre.
yeah.
Billy Joel.
Yeah, Billy Joel put out. You guys didn't hear the Piano Man 2 EP?
Yes. That thing rips so hard.
I'm actually on it.
Yeah, it's super heavy. Thanks, man. We appreciate any kind of
That was
notoriety.
written after me. I'm actually.
You are the Piano Man 2. You are the sequel.
Yeah.
Billy Joel side project.
How crazy would that be if just like what would you? Well, to be Billy Joel one, but what would you guys do if like some new metal band came out and they had like some crazy keyboardist and all of a sudden you go to see them and it's like it's Billy fucking Joel. Like,
That'd be my favorite fucking band of all time.
Yeah,
man.
of all time, hands down.
Dude, if he was in Neurosis,
Dude,
he
they-
just took over as a keyboard player.
can we make that happen? Can we get Billy Joel in Neurosis? Mick, do we have that power?
Kickstarter, right now.
Yeah, make some calls.
Billy Joel's new metal band would probably tour with Jada Pinkett Smith's band.
Oh, Wicked Wisdom! I had a roommate who told me when we would sit around just bullshitting about metal, he told me about the time he went to Ozfest strictly to like get drunk and make fun of Wicked Wisdom. And it made sense to me. Like that's a good way to spend a day. And I guess as long as we're on the topic, other than Billy Joel, I want to go down the line. And Jada Pinkett. Who's the most random person you could think of being in a metal band?
Ooh, I need a second.
Yeah, you can take your time.
I mean,
Fucking Bill Cosby.
we're not talking about ones that are actually in bands.
No, of course. Yeah. No, I'm talking about because people that you wouldn't think of being in metal bands because they most likely aren't. But yeah, Bill Cosby. Probably not a good time for him to start coming out. That's gonna.
No,
might be the best start.
reinvent himself, so he could actually fit into what he's actually doing on the side.
No, Woody Allen.
Now I think they don't all have to be sexual predators.
I mean, that certainly takes one to know one. Not saying. If I had to think of one person who would be really rad in a fucking metal band, it's hard to think. You know what? I'd probably say,
John Denver. We got.
but I would say Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, our boy, Chico Connection.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Chico.
Is he from Chico?
Dude,
Oh,
that'd be
He's from
pretty
Chico. Yeah.
So you guys are all like 1/1,000,000th MVP then.
Yeah,
Just
exactly. Yeah.
We're all
We had
part
a piece.
of it.
We had a piece of that pie.
Well, it's like how the Seahawks had the 12th man. Like we're like the 2,013,142nd man.
it takes a village to raise a child, and so
Exactly.
So one of you guys gave him the arm, and the other one the mobility. I don't know if anybody wants to take credit for the legs right now, but
He's lucky because I didn't beat him up in high school.
Two thrown down. Fuck yeah.
So the record is great, obviously, and it seems like sounds like the tour has been going well. Have you found that is it typically like your audience reception on the tour? Is it people who are like, oh fuck yeah, Cold Blue Mountain's coming to town, or is it like people who are like, oh, there's a metal show tonight, I'm gonna go see it?
It's more the latter, I would say.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's been a few people that have been, coming for the reason that we're playing, but we're still a young band relatively, to national exposure. So it's not. I wouldn't think that people would come to see us just because we're on a small label and we haven't gone touring over the whole U.S. So our exposure is minimal at best. So
Yeah, we're basically coming out here to get our asses kicked, and then after Aaron Rodgers handing out some ass during a metal show. Get in the pit, bro.
hear me, Aaron.
Yeah, you got to go out there and expose yourself many different ways.
So they're again with the sexual predator. So are we in for two kinds of show later tonight?
Yes. After the show, your house.
All right. Well,
Come check out our van.
Yeah. There's a lot of free merch. Come on, yeah.
Inside the
a lot
van.
of, yeah. But you just have to go out there and just put it out there, and then hope that the next time you go through, people do actually come out just for you and not the local bands.
Yeah, so that's kind of been like we've been kind of like for the years that we've been playing and people have been playing our shows in Chico with us, kind of like starting to build a network of folks, and we're cashing all that in with this tour. Like, who can we call? Who do we know? Who will we played a show with that can like put us up on a show somewhere and let's stay at the other house. So it's kind of like a reciprocity thing. But hopefully now that we've been all these places, we can start making this more something that we can do on our own. Mm-hmm. And like it might take 2 or 3 times, but hopefully by the 3rd or 4th time when we come through, it's our own draw, it's our own stuff. It's like we can help bands out here. But for now, we're like the little like child. Hey man, can you help us out with the show? Do we need just to stay at your house? Like we're kind of like calling in all of our favors. Yeah.
And we're asking for favors, and then
Sexual favors.
Yeah,
also.
a lot of sexual favor.
asking or trading?
Well,
Depends on the location.
But I think also that we've done it like so many times, like especially me and Brandon have done it so many times where we've like booked and then like hosted the bands at our homes.
sexually.
Yes, that they've a lot of people see that from afar and or have been privy to it, and then they return the favor.
Yeah, I mean, on this one, definitely between him and I, helping bands and touring and stuff, and touring all over the U.S. with other bands, we're using those connections to try and, people we've met, bands we've met, promoters we've met, like while touring, trying to use those. It helped us book this tour a lot easier. It was one of the easier ones that I've ever had to book. So
Nice. And you guys pretty much booked this yourselves. You didn't go through like management or anything like that, or is it?
So we had a dude who helped us out booking some of the shows out here. In fact, he booked the show here tonight. But we booked most of them ourselves, and kind of like just kind of a hodgepodge of like ways and means, and some of it was just blanket cold calling. Like, hey man, I heard from someone who I heard from someone else who I heard from someone else that you might like have a show. Just kind of like hollering at people.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And I think that, there's definitely there's a lot of respect for that, like to go out and like, basically put yourselves through your first tour in that way. So that's very, very cool.
Yeah, it's really worked out for us so far.
Nice. And how long do you have? How many more dates on the tour? Or roughly weeks, whatever?
4 more weeks.
yeah,
About
we're done.
24 more days of playing straight.
Yeah.
Wow, 24 days straight. So you guys are just, driving.
Yeah, every day on the tour we have booked. We don't have a day off.
That's awesome.
No one wants a day off. Not at this point.
When you're far away from home and you get a day off, you're just gonna be sitting around spending more money that you don't have. So it's not like we're playing in a band that's making a ton of money. So we can't, you cannot really afford to just sit there. I mean, that's the reason. And also just time off. With that much time off and going on this tour, that's why we're doing this. We're not doing it just to have a day off. We're doing it to go play.
Right.
Yeah. And that makes it look have us something to look forward to during the day of driving. If you drove like 5 to 8 hours somewhere and
just go somewhere,
sit somewhere and nothing, just hang out. That would suck. But if you go and do that, and there's a show at the end of the night, you're like, well, at least I can put my hat on that we're gonna actually have a show, and there might be some people there, and maybe they'll buy some merch, maybe not, but at least we're gonna get to play, and that's what we look forward to.
Yeah, and even if it's a shitty show, I mean, like to me, a shitty show beats a great night on the couch. It's like I can fucking do that for the next 60 years, hopefully. But it's like there's a finite amount of time when you can get out here and freeze your ass off and play drums and drink a lot of beer and have fun. And we're trying to like squeeze as much of that into a small amount of time as we can.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I guess you said 24 more days, so 3.5 more weeks. What's next? What's after the tour? You guys looking to another album, new tour?
Well, we actually have a split that's already been done. We're just trying to figure out how it's gonna come out and when it's gonna come out. But we have some new songs that we're actually gonna play here tonight. So we already have the kind of next thing like already kind of in the oven. Baking.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Songs, but it's something.
Yeah.
We're working on some stuff, writing, and then we've been invited to play 2 festivals, one in the summertime called Crucial Fest 5, and then another one which was actually we were invited to last night to play in September.
Yeah.
I don't know what that one's called. Do you guys know what that's called?
Fluff? No, that was a different one.
It's called the Fluffer.
No, the Fluff Fest or Puff Fest. That was the one in Europe.
Mitten Fest.
Fest is the one that happens
Yes,
this weekend.
Mitten Fest is Saturday. But so we already I'm starting to see that the way that being out here and meeting people is already starting to kind of compound, and we're making new inroads. So we're gonna come back out here in the fall and kind of do this same circuit. Probably not 5 weeks again. Maybe
like
do a
a
week or
couple of
two.
weeks, yeah.
But we're already starting to kind of see how it's going to work out. And one a step just kind of builds on the next and see what happens.
We've got the starts. We have some new songs written. We've got the starting points of some other ones. So, I mean, in all that time in the middle, I don't think we really have many local shows booked or anything. So we'll probably just start writing and getting ready to have a new album or whatever.
Very cool, because I mean, like I said, we've discussed that Old Blood was just fucking great. So obviously, the more music from you guys, the better. And speaking of that, one of the things that I've kind of been noticing lately, and are you guys all pretty big metal fans outside of your own band?
Brandon, he's like the connoisseur of
he's
the
like the
actual
fucking-
metal.
Okay.
The rest of them don't really listen to
No.
I listen
It's
to
it's not good or bad, but
No,
like
they
it's,
listen to heavy stuff.
I listen
and-
to heavy stuff, but not. He's like the actual metal guy.
Yeah.
Like he's the go-to metal stuff.
We all are. I mean, that's like our that's.
Yeah, they all appreciate it.
But we also listen to everything.
right. And it's such a loaded question now. It's like, are you a metal fan in a metal band? But
I can definitively say that he is the metal connoisseur.
Yeah.
and I guess I'll extrapolate. I'll direct it toward Brandon. And if anybody else has an
I'll
opinion
cut
on
in.
this, good,
Yes,
excellent,
I'll cut him
excellent.
right
Interruptions are the spice of life.
I guess single me out.
Sure. Why not?
You were 3 of your peers said you were the connoisseur.
Look at you, dude.
Yeah.
So it feels like metal kind of, you get all these subgenres and it kind of goes through ebbs and flow. Like a couple years ago, black metal was really, really big, and now it's kind of, I feel as though post metal is really kind of having this renaissance now 5 years after ISIS disbanded.
Yeah.
And you guys definitely have a lot of post metal influence in, I hear a lot of ISIS in what you guys do, a lot of Pelican. Is that is that kind of intentional? Are those bands like Red Sparrows, things like that, very big on you guys, or is it just kind of this is the music you set out to make and you made it?
I think that these two write most of this music, and when they bring it in, they don't, have the extreme metal background. they just think of what is heavy to them, and when you mix with what you're playing softer or more melodic stuff, and then you just play heavy, that's just what happens. Yeah. So, and that, I think it just naturally, that's just what comes to them when they write songs.
Yeah, I'd say definitely. Yeah, I think like obviously ISIS and like Pelican and like I love those bands. Red Sparrows, there's like, but I also like Mogwai and like so does this guy and like even like more poppy stuff, so like that gets thrown into the mix as well. Yeah. And then it kind of makes it a little bit more, I think, diverse sounding. Well, like I don't like the like super like minor like doomy gloomy sounding stuff. I mean, I love it, but I don't. That's not how I write. Right. So like like more the major stuff, like it's just happier sounding, cool stuff, different, like 6 timings and stuff. It's just fun, I like it.
I think that mostly it's like I think kind of regional too. Northern California has kind of a little bit of a sound going, and I think that we kind of feed off of that a little bit, and we see other bands around us doing that, and then what we listen to as well, and then also the bands that are not heavy around us, and then what we listen to has really made kind of fixated us on this kind of sound that we're into. And then also adding in Brandon, we know that no matter what we do as far as like playing quote unquote heavy or softer, he's going to bring a really kind of like harsh element to that. And so it's going to give us that,
Grate on.
He's going to grate on us. No, and it's going to give it that flavor that you wouldn't be able to get if you had someone like singing on top of it, or if it was just a straight instrumental band. It can get darker without having to go down that road of it being like just a straight metal band. For sure, you don't want to play fast.
Yeah.
It's just I can't play fast, so we're kind of like we're trapped in kind of a limited subgenres because I can only play like yay fast. I can't do any of the blasty shit or anything like that. So it's like, hey guys, here's what we got. We can do this. I can play like one roll every 10 minutes. That's about it.
It's full of shit though.
Yeah.
You can do it. You just can't do it.
You can't do it.
I can't.
You can't.
Our next album
being
is
modest.
black metal.
Yeah. No, I think that you're right though. It's like there's all these resurgences of like of the post metal, and like I think that's a great thing. I think that people probably missed out on that since ISIS were kind of dominating that for a long time, and then there people try to copy it. And then they were like, well, no one wants to hear that shit anymore. We'll start listening to something else. And now people are starting to do it in like a right way because people started to listen to stuff other than just that genre. They started listening to other things, and now they can come with more ideas.
All right, well, very cool. I think that's about all we got here. So, gentlemen, thank you so much for taking the time to sit down with Brutalitopia, and excited for the show tonight. And there's more beers to drink and more warmth to be had. So, Doctor.
It's been a great tour. So,
All right, guys, this has once again been Durf, and I've been here with Cold Blue Mountain. And check them out. They're on tour for the next 3.5 weeks.